Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Let's go, AAA family. Turn it up one time for your boy. Glad to see y'all here. Alabama post-practice call camp. We got the action, we got the coverage for y'all here on the Coach Smook Network. Welcome in, y'all. Let's get to it, man. I'm ready to get to it. It's fall football camp. The season is literally like up the street. Literally, we can literally touch it. We that close, y'all. We that close. We are so close to Alabama kicking off against Eastern Carolina. I can smell it, man. It's like I'm waking up in the morning, and you know that end of summer, close to fall, crisp air. You're starting to get a little bit of fragrances. You're starting to get smells of that as age day gets closer to kickoff, man. I know it's still early August. Kids are just getting back to school, but I'm telling you, that morning fragrance of fall football is definitely starting to pick up, especially down here in the South. I know we've been getting a lot of rain. A lot of people have been dealing with storms. We got some tornadoes hitting in some spots. I think it was some hurricane weather. Praying for those that's been affected by that, but definitely feeling that fall weather trying to sneak up on us real quick. It ain't gonna sneak up on me. I've been looking for you. So, yes, glad to see everybody in the chat. Welcome in on all platforms, man. We're live on all 6 platforms today. Appreciate y'all for pulling up on each platform. If you're on the TikTok, please continue to tap the screen. If you're on YouTube, like and share the stream. We're going to be here for an hour. I got your boy for an hour. We got post-practice coverage. It's some things that's happening as practice is ending, is winding up. You got the defensive player availability today. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all something real quick. Do I have the I don't have the clip over here on the PC. I think I could send it to the the upload real quick. I don't know. It's not a normal video file. I could screen record and post it. I'll do that by the end of the show, end of the day today. But we had some if you aren't a member of the channel, we posted a members only video. It's probably like a 5-minute video. Y'all will be excited to see the content on that video. I don't know what's going on with the camera, but it's acting weird for me. But y'all will be excited to see the content going along with that video. If you're not a member, I'm telling you, and that's how we're going to start doing it. I learned last year that the major production stuff, it's all fine and dandy for its time, you know. But when you really got information to put out, it's best to just put it out and get directly to the point. Come back and do editing, animations, and all that stuff later on. But y'all want that information. I'm telling you right now. So go check it out. But today we're gonna get into the conversation, man. Some notes that I've already been getting from practice, some things that we've heard from the media time that they've had for media viewing. Today, they actually had I want to say they started the practice off with media viewing. Oh man, let me see. Zero, okay, boom, boom, boom. Where's the one with the yeah, so I do. Yeah, they had it this morning. And so around like I want to say around 10:45, 10:57. Around that time, I was on the phone, and during the conversation, my phone kept buzzing. And I look at the phone, and it's like, man, okay, it's for real. So if you go look at if you look at the members on the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Coming from just some early talks, though, guys, Alabama's offensive line is shaping up. The competition is really starting to, get some guys to emerge. Coach Grubb yesterday, if you all were on the Reacts channel, make sure y'all go follow the Coach Smook Reacts channel. If you all were on the Reacts channel yesterday, Coach Grubb kind of highlighted some names that we have been kind of looking for to emerge and create some competition. We finally found out what the deal was. If y'all weren't on the Reacts channel, we corrected ourselves. It was Javen James at right tackle yesterday. The video, I thought it was Ty Haywood, so I got really excited to see Ty Haywood. But his name did get brought up in a few conversations. But Nick Brooks, Ethan Fields, two veteran presence guys, big body guys, very athletic. Coach Grubb really highlighted how they were trying to utilize those guys' versatility during spring. And today, first day in pads, you're going to hear some things about some explosive plays that happened with the offense today, and particularly in the run game. There was one specific play that I got privileged to hear about, and like I say, go check out the members only. But the offensive line shaping up, tight end room, Danny Lewis, Josh Ford, that seem like the emerging leaders in that room, with Caleb Edwards a consistent part of the passing game as they continue developing him and pass blocking, very physical, both him, Jack, and then you got Jay Lindsey. That the tight end room is deep. It kind of makes you wonder what Kalen DeBoer and his staff have in store for the utilization of the tight end position in the offense. And you know, a lot of times, I think what this staff has done too, in position groups like the tight end room and the linebacker room, you're going to get hybrid athlete builds that can develop into those spaces, and you feel them, those athletic pieces on your special teams. Last year, we saw the special teams start to really pick up as you saw a lot of young players that were playing spot minutes on defense or offense being the key guys on special teams. Even like watching guys like Latsier Brooks get thrown on special teams, how many times did him and Cam Coleman could have had an opportunity to just blow the play up and literally just missed it by inches? So that breeding that type of culture, I think we're going to see some exciting special teams plays with the type of recruits and players and prospects that Alabama has been able to load up on the roster. I can just imagine what it's going to look like. Jordan Edmonds, Zion Gibson, Rael Kelly, Amari Saab, Aubrey Walker, all that speed in this class, right? And the physicality on special teams. I would love to see things like that. And then even with guys that may not have just turned the curve yet and are some assets, Caden Jones, I believe, is just an energy player that Alabama has found their value in. I don't see any big headlines or things talking about him getting into the rotation, but I know he's a dedicated player and works hard. He's a guy that if you really want to start emerging, go and try to be a special team star. Be a special team star. Scout team star is different now with the extended schedule and having to change the load bearing or load management of player usage in your primary scheme of the game. It's different now. So going to see a lot of competition, utilization of depth at the offensive line and tight end early on in camp. Going to hear about the run game today in particular was very, I think if you hear from the offensive side, which we will be hearing from defense, the defensive players and Coach Womack today for player interviews. But I think if you heard from the offense today, I think Ryan Grubb, Kalen DeBoer, Coach Clem, the offensive line coach, I think they will be very satisfied. Coach Gillespie will be very satisfied with how the run game looked in practice today, especially during the early teams periods is when we got our first initial report. So that's that. Then on the defensive side, defensive line rotation, it seems to just be kind of like one of those things where they're just kind of rolling guys through these first couple of days. First day in pass, the first D-line and teams did not look like yesterday's first D-line. Desmond Umeozulu Zulu was playing at the Wolf position, and Yanze was playing at the defensive end position with the first group. And I think they said, and I don't have my notes up in front of me, but 99 is becoming a mainstay in the defensive front with 90, 92. I think that grouping of 90, 92, 90, 92, 99, that's Beeman, Green, and Simmons. I think that trio of interior rotation is going to be hard to deal with. All those guys, 6'4 plus, 300 pounds solid, and can move. Terrence Green is hard to move him. Oregon did us a favor, gifting us to him. Whatever they did, we did to get him away from Oregon. That was a good pickup. That's going to be huge for the defensive line rotation, and then just the depth of the D line, the interior. Uh, Young guys making noise, with their opportunities. Corey Howard is a name that's continuing to just garner attention. Zay Hall, and Zay Griffin, getting some talk time today during my conversation early in practice. I don't know if this was during one-on-one drills or like best on best for running back linebacker drills. I don't know, but the highlight of the young guys in the linebacker core was the speed, how good these guys cover in space, right? The wide receivers have been putting a lot of pressure on the secondary with how aggressive the secondary has become. A very confident secondary, a very confident group, becoming very aggressive, and the wide receivers have been putting a lot of pressure on them. But what's been helping the defensive backs develop, and truly I think is going to end up helping our passing game develop, is the fact that you have such an athletic group of linebackers, inside linebackers, edge rushing linebackers, guys that can really get in your second and third phase and third levels of pass coverage and contest some passes. So, but you heard some big things about Caleb Woodson today, QB Reese, Luke Metz, just the whole Jaira Edwards, the box. I guess when I start talking about this year's defense, and I'm starting to get this feel that Kane Womack really wants to highlight the box. When I say the box, the tackle box, the yardage that's considered the tackle box, that the personnel that's inside that formation, and the way that Alabama has adjusted under Kane Womack. Instead of using that nickel corner and so much run support and playing a lot of those concepts, he likes to put us in one high situations, which I love when you have the type of safety, range, and coverage and speed that we have and length that we have on the boundary now. And now you give more athleticism inside the box, more speed in the box to track and cover and contain. And I think you set yourself up better to not have linebackers trying to be left to maybe spy or check a speedy running back out the backfield when you're able to walk your strong safety closer to the line of scrimmage and basically play on the same level as the Mike and the Sam linebacker. And now your Wolf can be more of a pass rushing and edge containment asset when you have those skill sets available. And I think that's what Kane Womack is seeing with a lot of his box assets, meaning guys like Abdul Sanders, Jaira Edwards, Zay Griffin is a young name, Zay Hall, two young names, box assets, guys that play at the inside linebacker, edge, strong safety, nickel corner, all of those spots. Red Morgan, even Chuck McDonald, I could see getting a lot of rotation. Taylor, it's a deep rotation, and you know what you could do with all those assets there. You got edge rushing, extra man blitzes. You got the ability to hug the line of scrimmage. Disguise full out rushes like Coach Womack loved to do. Crowd the line of scrimmage and bail out. You could send exotic pressures, wide stunts with the perimeter defenders and the line of scrimmage defenders. All of these things you can do when you have these skill sets available. And I'm telling you, there's a certain level of confidence. So I think today, coming into the first day of pads, offense getting kind of the nod that lets you know that more than likely the quarterbacks, when we're going to talk about the quarterbacks too, but the quarterbacks are probably playing an extra safe first day in his teams, right? And the main thing this staff has been preaching through all the interviews since the first day of camp, back in spring, they've been preaching and gloating about how healthy this roster has been able to sustain, how sustainable the roster has been health-wise. So that's a key thing. I think the defense has to do just enough to show that intensity, to be aggressive, to be physical, but we want to have this offense at full strength, especially the offensive line. Today, to hear what I heard about the offensive line, it felt good to know that. And a lot of people be like, well, that might mean the defense be struggling. No, I think the defense. One thing one thing Alabama has proven under Kane Womack, and the stats are even supported, that Kane Womack and Alabama's defense is actually getting better since Coach Saban and Kevin Steele. The statistics line it up. I know we've seen some games where it felt like it wasn't working out, but just think about how some of them games with Coach Saban were, right? Kane Womack did this with personnel group that really didn't fit his scheme for a year, and then last year you kind of saw it evolve, and now you look at the personnel available for Kane Womack now. This should be, I mean, the type of hype that everybody had around Kirby Smart during his defensive coordinator stint before he became the head coach at Alabama. At Georgia. I feel like that's what Kane Womack is emerging to right now at this point in his career. Let me get to the chat real quick before you continue. Y'all let me come in and get the rolling, man. Appreciate Sandy, Marley, Jerry, Janelle Young, Antonio, CJ, JRM. Appreciate y'all over there on TikTok, man. Tapping the screen. Much love to everybody tapping the screen. All the gifts, all the heart reads. Jimmy, appreciate you. Everybody pulling up 365 Sports. Appreciate the love over there. I appreciate y'all for tapping the screen, man. Drop a comment. Let me know where y'all watching from. Love the support. Make sure y'all check in on the YouTube side, too. We definitely need the likes over there. We appreciate all of the likes, all of the support. Every like counts. Every donation counts. Every super chat, all that good stuff. As a matter of fact, let me open this dashboard real quick. I forgot to open it, y'all. My bad. And we just got a new subscriber over here on YouTube. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with the Coach Smook Network and showing mad love. Good day. Post-practice report with your boy Coach Smook. Let me pull this up real quick and we're going to get to it. We got 19 viewers in the chat on YouTube. We had 12 likes. Continue running the likes up, man. We want to hit that 25 like goal. That's the easiest way to help us continue to grow, man. Likes are free. The views are free. Comments are free. Comment and run the chat up. Don't just sit in here and just watch. Let me know what you want to know from practice. I got some good insight today, and I'm thinking about doing another members-only video tonight, late night. I just want to hear what some of the storylines that may get leaked in interviews and things of that nature. Trying to see what gets leaked so I don't regurgitate. Now, some of this stuff ain't gonna be secret. Like you're gonna hear about Ryan Williams making a big catch during ones today. Sedarian Morgan, and Derek Meadows really showcasing their skill sets at the X. Danny Lewis, Caleb Edwards, Josh Ford, guys just going crazy defensively. Deontay Pierre, Justin Hill, Caleb Smith, all of that Desmond Zulu, all of that rotation there. Alabama's really confident. C-Rob has been gifted a good group of Wolf personnel, and honestly, I think this year he has way more than what he had last season coming into the season. I think he only had 4 personnel in that room. Now I think he got 7, and probably could utilize 9. Honestly, they don't necessarily fit the anatomical makeup of what you want, the archetype, but he probably used 9. And then once again, I know it's been quiet since spring about him, but just know, Jawar Edwards is going to be like a mainstay in this defensive rotation. I think with what he can do over top of your defense with his height and his length, I think it opens Bray Hubbard to play in the box a lot more. And we know what Bray Hubbard does when he plays close to the line of scrimmage. He fixes a lot of the mistakes that we see with the linebackers at the second level when he plays closer to the line of scrimmage. So that's gonna be cool. Let me get to the YouTube roll call real quick on the YouTube side, Mary J. Let's get to it. Let me get you to scroll that for me one time, if you don't mind, sister. From the top, Roll Tide to my guy Dominic Macon. Appreciate you for pulling up. Roll Tide, Dylan. Good to see you in the chat, Dylan. Look, I know you've been waiting for the coverage, man. Dylan been rocking for a minute now. Let's go, Mary J. Zach, what's good, Zach? My boy, Roll Tide. So let's get after it. Roll Tide in the chat. Roll Tide. What's up, Coach Snell Gang? And tapping in double duty over on the TikTok and on the YouTube side. Appreciate you for pulling up, my brother. Jason Jackson typing in. My brother from another mother. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Deboo, what's good, Deboo? Roll Tide. Yeah, Deboo, I know that's what you were waiting on. Let's get it. Anointed Gaming. Let's get it. My bro is in the chat. Appreciate you for showing love. Make sure while you're here on the YouTube side, can y'all please share the stream. Share it on Twitter. And I mean really share it publicly. Don't be just sharing it in happy vibes, y'all. Share it publicly. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to rock with me, man. I know it's probably not the best thing in Bama fan space to rock with Coach Smook until after his stuff is proven right, you know. But hey, I'm asking you, stand up, cause this year when we go up, we crossing some thresholds. I'm gonna remember who was out there with me. I'm gonna remember who was in them trenches with me. Just know that we crossing the threshold, and it's one that they, oh my god, I'm about to cry thinking about it. Mr. Unknown, what's good? What up, man? Roll Tide over there on TikTok. All right, so we're gonna acknowledge some more comments. Let me change the beat up real quick for y'all. We're gonna acknowledge some more comments. Mary J, you could go ahead and load one up. I'm gonna bring a comment from TikTok real quick. Got a question over here. My guy JRM asked, "Who do you think the 3 wide receivers will be when the season starts, based on practice so far?" I think it's been pretty steady. You know, ever since the injury to Noah Rogers, I think there was going to be a solid competition at the X position, even though Noah Rogers doesn't fit the archetype build for that position. His skill set as a wide receiver fits it, right? You could place him anywhere on the field. But you are, I don't know if you all were on the Coach Smook Reacts channel, but you heard Coach Grubb, he loves to move his guys around. Knowing that guys like Derek Meadows, who's had, coming into his third season on campus. Wait, Meadows a sophomore this year? I think Meadows is a junior. Meadows. Nah, Derek's a sophomore. I got somebody double check for me. But Meadows at the X. You got Latier Brooks at the slot and Ryan Williams at the Z. That's who I think is going to be the first three out this year. And I don't be surprised if you see Cedarian Morgan getting some early snaps. Noah Rogers working his way back. Tyrell Henderson is a guy. Aubrey Walker is a true freshman that I feel like today it has shown like some flashes. And if they see 3 or 4 more practices like they saw from him today, and the young man just got to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy. I've seen 170 pound, 175 pound little dudes get into the collegiate level and just change the game with his type of speed. And then but that first 3, I think is going to be consistent. Rico Scott is another name. I think Rico's going to be quietly probably one of the most reliable targets for whichever quarterback. He's such a tough route runner, strong hands, physical after the catch. Ryan Williams is dynamic, big playmaker, all that. Derek Meadows, big ball catching ability, right? High point the ball. Meadows is a sophomore. Appreciate you. I knew it. It just feels like he's been there because when they show up early and they go through 2 springs, that's not normal. He's already went through early spring, freshman year, post freshman year spring. Okay, yeah, it's his second spring. That's why. He done already did 2 springs. So when they've been on campus that long. That's one comment from the TikTok side. I know Ryan and Lottie will be the first 2, but who do you think will be the third? Yeah, Derek Meadows. He said Meadows a junior. Nah, he's a sophomore. He said I could see Meadows having the same. Isaiah Horton to me underperformed last year. He didn't create much separation. Derek Meadows, I think if Meadows wouldn't have got hurt last year, we wouldn't have seen Horton as much. They were rotating them pretty solid. Can the success in the run game today translate on the field and live game speed is still to be determined 100%, Zach. But to know that you feel like you're starting to see some things executed to create the possibility for that type of play, that's what you build on. I think that's practice in itself. You can do everything perfect in practice. Your defense can be trash in practice, but go up against an offense that looks good in that practice, but don't have the same skill set and quality of players as you have. So your defense may look trash against your great offense, but good and great against everybody else because you just have that good of a offense. So we've never had that experience at Alabama, I don't think. We've always had good on good. Just enjoying Womack as long as he's here. That's a Power 5 head coach in the way that facts, Dylan. Facts. And I told you what my hope was, an old friend of ours of the network, KT, she used to get on here, and she, my thoughts was that it was either going to be Womack or Coach Shepard that be the next head coach of Alabama. I didn't think Kalen DeBoer would stick around for more than 6 or 7 years, 6 or 7 seasons. I knew both Womack and Shep would probably have a head coaching position between now and then, that time frame. But and then once the head coaching job for Alabama came back open, I think they would be two prospects that's very high on the list to go and try to bring back to be head coach. Those DBs are going to be dangerous, man. Let me tell you, I've been talking about it all off season. I don't know who to pick between the secondary, the defensive backs, or the defensive line. But Alabama is as far as, I won't say there's a lot of defensive backs. It ain't like 20 of them, right? But the ones that's on roster, I feel like you can play every defensive back on roster at the position that they're at, right now. You can take Zion Gibson and Jordan Evans and throw them out there as starters, and you can scheme up a defense that's safe enough to be quality enough to keep you in games and win games. I truly believe that. You could take a true freshman secondary right now at Alabama and grow and be a solid defense. The D-line rotation, the amount of talent that's up front in the D-line, you got to expect Kane Womack and this staff, Freddie Roach and Coach C-Rob, to utilize the depth and rotate these guys early in the season to get some engines running, and then like really spot play and scheme these guys up. Some weeks you might not even have to utilize 6 of your D linemen because you're stuffing the run so much. You only allow the offense to run 40 plays a game, right? So everybody should be fresh when it comes to the gauntlet conference play, when those games drag out. And it's just natural. Some of these environments are going to be hostile. You got to have the depth there. Talk about who will win the quarterback starter position. Elements for Nature. Appreciate you for tapping in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me talk about the quarterback position. I say this. I don't. And after today's reports, I still feel the same. And I said something about Austin Mack yesterday, watching the practice film on the highlights from practice yesterday. And I don't think people really understand what we're trying to say when it comes to this quarterback battle, this debate, right? The narrative that I'm pushing is that there's 4 quality quarterbacks for sure in this quarterback. This is the narrative that I'm projecting. Keelan Russell, skill set wise, if you were outside picking players, right, for backyard football, and you saw Keelan Russell and Austin Mack throwing the ball around, just playing around, shadow boxing, what we call shadow boxing, sparring, just kind of catching the snap and making moves, throwing the ball, whatever, just playing around or whatever, you would definitely pick Keelan Russell. First of all, one, when you look at them both, you'll be like, dang, Mack big. That dude look big. Right? You look at Austin Mack, he looks smooth. He looks like he could. But then when you start seeing him throw the ball, you look at Russell's ball, you're like, man, that dude tight spiral every time. Mack gets a little loose with his ball, but then you start watching them walk around and their confidence is oozing. So the one thing that Grub, and I said all this to kind of set up this answer to your comment. You can bring the comment back up for me, Mary J. Do I think Keelan Russell is going to start against Eastern Carolina? No. I think what's going to happen is Austin Mack is going to be the starter for Eastern Carolina, barring a crazy bad showing at the scrimmage next week or a bad week of practice. Like, I think Austin Mack will get the opportunity to start against Eastern Carolina. I think the offense will score. I think he'll be able to put up 24, 27 points while he's at the helm. I think it's just going to look so much smoother when Keelan gets out there that the only narrative is the game was already over. But when they give him the nod against Kentucky on the road, I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to test Keelan like that. They're going to put him under pressure on the road for the first conference game of the season. When he wins that game, no matter how he wins it, right? First half, second half, when he wins that game, that's when they're gonna turn the keys over to him. They're gonna start really developing him. All right. So when I think about who the starter will be for East Carolina, I think Austin Mack does it. I think he does hold up, manages. If he manages, I can't wait to go to the scrimmage next week. I'm gonna just say that I can't wait to see what comes from the scrimmage next week, because from A-Day, the answer should already be made. Keelan Russell. If we're going off what happened at A-Day, if that was the evaluation point, right? Keelan Russell is no question. But that's not the case. So when it comes to that quarterback battle, I can't wait for the scrimmage to come up. Let's get one more question before we get out of here. Where does Noah Rodgers fit in the rotation when he comes back? Right there at the X position, right there at the Z. I think right now at Alabama, the slot position is kind of light. So being able to have someone like Ryan Williams and Latia Brooks and Rico Scott be able to float and rotate between those two spots, you get Noah Rodgers back, especially if Sedarian and Derek are doing that thing at the X. You got to think not Marshall Pritchard, but Caleb Edwards is going to split there at the X position sometimes. But if those guys are handling business at the X, Noah fits more of that Z build. I would love to see him, Tyrell, him, Ryan, him, and Lottie. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different groups and pairs. Now, before wide receiver set, I can't wait to see more from practice later on what's today, Friday? We got media day tomorrow, Sunday practice. Should be able to get some scrimmage info Tuesday, or some live practice info Tuesday. I want to see what this 4 wide receiver set looks like when they empty the backfield. I can't wait to see that. Let's take a quick break real quick, and when we come back from this infomercial break, we'll get into the phone lines. I'm gonna open the phone lines up for y'all on y'all lunch hour. We got about 15 minutes left on the show. Quick phone calls, quick topic of discussion. What is it that you're looking for from practice today? As the interviews get round up, we'll do another reaction to post-practice pressers and footage on the Coach Smook React channel today. I want to say around 6 p.m. we'll be able to do that. So tap in. But if you're not a member of the AAA family and you're trying to figure out what I'm talking about from practice today, why am I talking about the run game looking good? Go watch the video, and I explained everything. Go check it out and do that by becoming a member of the AAA family and supporting us with our growth by doing this. Check it out.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Just an extension of the spring and summer. Both guys are growing. I think the attention to detail right now is on the things that they know they got to work on. Each one of them has different strengths and weaknesses, but be very similar to timing last year, and that we've done every year back to 2021 at Fresno State. So same mechanics on that, and the guys will be getting equal opportunity and doing a good job.
What's the biggest area of growth you've seen from each of them in the summer?
The summer, I would say Keelan did a better job taking care of the football in the summer than he did the spring. And then with Austin, I thought he was better on the run out of the pocket. I thought he really grew in that regard.
Last year you rotated offensive line a lot. Is that something you plan to do this year, or are you trying to find best five?
Best five. Now, we always, there's injuries, guys that got to move in and out, things like that, but certainly want to get the gel right away. They've both done a good job. They battled back and forth in spring. Nick did a good job. We moved him around quite a bit. Javen really was just at right tackle. So seeing Nick in some different spots was really good. But both those guys, obviously Nick's massive, uses his size well. He's an incredible athlete for his size. And then Javen is probably one of the most savvy players we have up front. So I think both those guys are, getting their footing and trying to show demand, like this is my job. So they're doing a great job. Left guard, Will Sanders is back. It's been fun seeing him out there. We haven't seen Will for a little bit, full speed, because he had an injury in the spring. And then even, going through the summer, he didn't get a rep very much. So seeing him out there and building reps right now has been exciting because, I thought Will was a heck of a player last year as well. He's done a really good job. And then Mal has been a guy that just really has, grabbed on that spot, tough, smart, and he's an excellent communicator, really done a nice job. So I think it's going to be a heck of a battle there.
How close are you to knowing who the best five is?
I think we're a little ways off yet, if I'm being honest. I think we got some time here. We got a lot of banked reps, so we've seen all these guys, with the exception of Will. Most of these guys have been out there quite a bit, so I don't think it obviously is going to take all of camp, but you'd love that to sync up with your quarterback decision so that you can get some unity going into the game week.
How much more valuable is experience here in this program versus transfer experience from another college?
What do you mean? The guys that have played here, you're saying? Oh, I think anybody that has experience year one to year two at Alabama, myself included, is you're just going to be a step ahead. You come here and you know the expectations, you know what it feels like. And honestly, you get a little more excited, in my opinion. So I think those are the guys that are leading all the people and helping them understand how special this place is.
Last year we heard a lot about execution and communication in the running game. What have you looked at from a coaching standpoint, from schematics and sequencing, that you can improve the running game?
Simplify and do your best stuff. Don't get an inch deep and a mile wide. Do what you're good at and be great at it. And Coach Clem has done an excellent job with, helping build that. Been between him and Rich Owens, been super excited working with those two guys and resurrecting the run game. And we will.
Hey, and I want to stop it there. That's why I brought the interview up, because that was kind of like for him to say we will. Last year, I kind of played back a lot of clips from last year, right? When Coach Grubb first did his first post-practice presser in the fall camp. And you could tell that offensive line, they were still trying to figure it out. Some good questions by the media. Shout out Alabama media. That's the first time in a while that we've had some quality questions asked. And it sounds like a lot of new voices. Doesn't sound like the same old TT and Brodek and all those guys. They did their time, but we got new energy now in that media room and love to hear it. So, but we got some very straightforward, like firm answers when it came to the run game. What each quarterback is doing to get better, right? And the main thing is, why is it every time they ask about Keelan getting better with something, it's not necessarily a skill set thing. It's more of like a mental thing. Like it's like they keep telling us in so many words that he's checked all the blocks for everything that we need for him to be a starter quarterback. It's these small things that if we can have a perfect quarterback, Keelan Russell is going to be that perfect quarterback before we say he's got the job, right? They don't have to say it right now. They didn't have to say it last year. But I guarantee you next week after that scrimmage, they're going to feel like they have to say it. But that run game, to hear that, like, Coach Clem, Coach Owens, the tight end coach, Coach Owens is very, very adamant about going out and getting some depth in the tight end room. It just so happened that Lindsey, Marco, San Marco, what was the other one's name, man? Peyton Fox is another guy that's been on Alabama's roster, quietly just sitting there, being an asset, being like guys with that physical mindset. And then he was able to go out and get forward. You had Pritchett and Edwards on the roster already, Danny Lewis already on the roster, and then you sign a 5-star in Max Sutter. Like Owens, he probably looked at the perspectives of what was in his room. You know, all these 6'4", 6'5" tight ends ranging from 255 to 275. Like these dudes move too. These dudes move. So I know they're excited about being able to get those guys involved in helping with developing the run game, because we've seen this staff at Washington call offense and they had the explosive run game. It's not foreign to the staff to be able to run the ball or this system. Shout out to the 22 in the chat on YouTube. Continue running likes. So we need 5 more likes to hit our like goal, man. We need 5 more likes to hit our like goal. Thank y'all for tapping in. Oh, now we're gonna go ahead and get to our phone call segment here on the Coach Smook Network. 334-625-1121. Call in, say your name, and put me in the game, Coach Smook, and we'll get you on the phone lines. Hear your thoughts. What do you want to hear from camp today as we get ready to get all the interviews and post-practice pressers uploaded and reacted to? What do you all want to hear from practice today here on the Coach Smook Network? Let's get into it, man.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Let's go. Let's go. We got our first call on the line. Is Zach is in the game with Coach Smook. Zach, what's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook? Talk to me, brother.
What's good, Coach Smook and my AAA family? How are y'all doing this afternoon?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. What you think about the post-practice reports we was able to deliver early as the team gets ready to wind down? I think they should be done with interviews and everything now. We should be getting all our emails and stuff soon. What do you think about practice reports today that I've been able to provide, man? Talk to me. What you thinking?
Yeah, I think we're doing good. We're taking the right steps to get better at each and every day. I'm glad to hear that the running game is making progress, but I'm going to hold my excitement until it translates on the field
Mm-hmm.
because you know how that goes.
Right.
You can look good in practice, but it doesn't mean it's going to translate on the field in live game reps.
Facts.
You know, so
And
we'll
one thing that was great to hear, you know, for it to happen so early in practice, that's something that Alabama struggled with last year. Getting started fast, right? We didn't get we took a while offensively to get going and get the, you know, opportunities for explosive plays, and then we did not hit the explosive plays. I know Alabama Coach Grubb has been very, very, very vocal about their target number of explosive plays that he would ideally like to hit. You know, they're going to call 7 to 10 explosives in a game. They would ideally love to hit 6, you know, 6 or 7 of those explosives. And so you can't expect to get all of those explosives in one phase of the game, especially on the offensive side. You got to expect the run game to be able to you know, implement itself and contribute to the explosive play production for the offense. So today's news, the report of that happening, that was huge for me to, you know, just get that in. And like you said, it's scrimmage, but it just shows for me, and you know, I look at it from a coaching standpoint. This is the potential it has. Regardless of if it was a broken play or whatever, it could potentially be this good if we execute, and that's the positive that you take away from it and grow. Zach, defensively, man, a lot of fun things happening on the defensive side. Talking about the secondary guys flying around the inside linebacker room, starting to shape up a little bit. You're starting to see Caleb Woodson is his name is he wasn't just a senior transfer anymore. He's starting to become like a leadership presence. Talk to me. What's your thoughts on the defense coming into the season?
Yeah, I'm excited about the defense, and I'm glad to hear Caleb stepping up and being that vocal leader. Even though it's his first season at Alabama, he still has that uh, veteran leadership experience. To help the young guys uh, perform and get the most out of them.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm excited about the secondary this year and how good the secondary is going to be this year, and I'm excited about the D line because we have more depth where there isn't a drop off, where we can pretty much stay even kill along every rotation. You would have to go like 4 or 5 deep
Mm-hmm.
before you see any real drop off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited about that this year. It's just, is Kane Womack gonna be aggressive this year? That's what it comes down to, and I think he will be, because each year it has allowed him to open up the playbook a little more and be a little more aggressive. Because he took it slow the first year because he really didn't have the assets that he wanted. The second year he had a few more, or had a few assets, so he was able to open it up a little bit. Now this year, with him having a lot more key assets, it allows him to open it up even more.
Facts, facts, facts. Got a comment in the chat. I thought I had a question. Go back to the question we had. Oh, a comment. Oh, never mind. Here it is, right here. Could they treat the first 2 to 3 games as a preseason for the QBs and make a solid decision going into week 4? What's your thoughts on that, Zach? I'll let you answer that on the way out. We about to get up out of here. That's a good question. Good topic conversation. Could Alabama use the first 2 to 3 weeks as a preseason, right, for the QBs, and then
Right.
make a solid decision going into week 4 against? I think week 4 is against South Carolina or Mississippi State.
South South Carolina,
Yeah,
I
South Carolina.
believe. But yeah, and I do agree with that. We could use the first 2-3 games as a preseason, eh, to see which quarterback's going to be able to go out there and take command and control the game the best. We know who has the talent. We just don't know who has the command yet in those live game reps, and we'll find that out in the first 2 or 3 weeks and go from there.
Facts, facts, and I think right now, um, the one that gets the start at week 2, that's who the pressure is really on to be the starter. So if they start Austin Mack week 2 against Kentucky on the road, I think that's, in their mind, this is the guy that we want to try to make the starter, right? If they
Right.
start Russell, because that's the first conference game, it's on the road, it's the biggest test, right? And if
Right.
the backup guy can come in, if that game gets sticky, right? If it gets kind of funky in that game, and the backup guy
Right.
comes in and makes everything look clean, then okay, now we have reason to go with this guy and develop him and manage the situation with him. But our first choice is the guy that we feel like can give us the best. If this don't work out for us, then we got the safe plan back up, and I think that's what you're dealing with. That's not a bad thing. If my name's Austin Mack and I'm the safety net for the way my team is going to develop, I'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it almost feels like Jalen Hurts and Tua's quarterback battle in 2018 a little bit. Yeah, they could have went with Jalen, and Jalen would have run the offense just fine. But Tua brought the explosive play ability that Jalen didn't. You know, so that's why they went with Tua over Jalen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll holler at y'all guys later. Road Tide.
For sure,
Love you
Zach.
guys. Sir?
I said for sure, man, for sure.
Yep. All right.
Roll
Holler at
Tide.
y'all.
My fault,
Tide.
Zach. My fault, Zach. He keep cutting off. He keeps stopping. I'm trying to let him stay. I'm trying to let him in. He just keeps stopping. Hey, appreciate Zach for calling. I'm getting messages in the background. That's why I'm over here squinting, y'all, trying to read the messages. So I'm gonna go. I appreciate y'all for tapping in for the post practice report. Like I said, if you're live right now, continue to run comments up, like, sharing, comment in the stream. If you're watching this post live, drop some comments. We will be live tonight doing the late night call in again. We're gonna open the phone lines. We're gonna talk about all of the news, all the reports you're gonna get. We will have our B-roll and media availability footage being posted on the Coach Smook Reacts channel. We'll react to it, and then also we'll be posting it here on the Coach Smook Network channel. So I appreciate everybody for hanging out with us today, man. Thanks for the call from our favorite caller, Zach. Thanks for all the AAA members that are members of the channel that got to see the members only video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out because they're probably talking about it right now in the rest of Bama space. So definitely go check it out. This fly is really trying to get on my nerves. But remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all be blessed and roll tide, man.